Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into Jungkook and Suga's song Stay Alive, and there is some controversy with the song that I wanted to discuss. I also wanted to get into V and Jungkook and them boxing together and what happened there. So hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Go grab your dumpling, a teaspoon mug merch, and let's get into it. So if you don't remember, when Jungkook posted his boxing video to his Instagram account and armies online freaked out at how good Jungkook was getting at boxing and how professional he was. But this wasn't the crazy part or the very interesting part. If you go down to the comments, you can see other members' reactions to Jungkook boxing, which I'm sure is a little scary because Jungkook is so strong now. V was first to jump at the opportunity to challenge Jungkook to boxing. He wanted to give it a go, and V had some ideas as to what Jungkook could do to get better at his technique. So we all assume he knows something about boxing. But hey, you don't need to know anything to give advice. We all probably have given advice on things we know nothing about. But V did challenge Jungkook there, and it became a big deal where us fans wanted to see this boxing interaction happen. But everything kind of just ended there. We didn't hear much about it, and we just assumed it was V trying to be funny and nothing happened from there. We didn't get an update the next day being like, look, we can both punch each other so well. And I don't know if V has gotten formal training before, but if you know the fandom long enough, then you know that we don't usually forget things, and sometimes we like to follow up on it. The cool part about BTS too is that they know this. They are 100% aware that we armies will remember every interaction, that they try to make sure they remember their promises and remember the things they have said. Given how busy their schedule is and how crazy their life is, I'm so surprised that they remember small details like anniversaries or little promises they made like 5 years ago. And when they keep those promises to us or other members, armies we know because we remember those words. Or if we don't, we go and look into why BTS just posted a picture of whatever and see what it means. And it usually means something great. So this goes into today's Tae with our boy Taeyang, or V as I have been calling him. V was on Weverse responding back to comments and answering army's questions. He does this pretty often, and it was very frequent, almost weekly back when the pandemic had started, and definitely still pretty often now. So if you want your chance to be noticed or get a response, go over there and write something. But please don't get frustrated if you've written a lot with no response or anything like that. Don't tie your self-worth into getting a response. It's not that important to get a response, but I do believe V does read a lot of it, so even if he doesn't respond, he reads it. But anywho, someone asked on Weverse if and when the boxing thing between him and Jungkook was going to happen. This boy decided to write that it already happened. Lies! What? You're telling me this boxing thing happened already and there's no video anywhere? Why would you do that thing and not post it? Why would you think no one would want to see it? And now what am I supposed to do with this info? So who won? What was the end result? Did someone go to the hospital? V be sitting here thinking, how can I tease Army the most? And people over on the Tweetster were definitely sitting there asking where this video was and asking for Taeyang to provide proof. My life won't be complete unless I see this video. I need to know so many things. I also want to see V in action. Like, we got two amazing boxers in the group. Exciting stuff, I'd say. Perhaps V can get a boxer/boxing TV show where he is the main guy, or V can recreate Rocky or something. I know V would be into that. I am dying over these interaction and fan stuff. I'm even more excited over the fact that we are seeing small snippets of BTS's music and small signs of possibly a comeback, although not really yet. Basically, what happened was when the Seven Fates webtoon fanfic thing came out, it was announced that they will have a song to go with the comic called Stay Alive, and they will be releasing that OST. It was teased in The Soup Season 2, a reaction on my Patreon, by the way, link below. Suga and Jungkook played little notes and showed their music making process in the show. They teased a project they were working on, but no one at the time had any idea what this was. I simply thought it was Suga making another beat. Like in the Soup Season 1, we saw Suga make a beat for what we now know as the opening in The Soup. So I thought maybe he was doing something like that for the show. But once snippets of Stay Alive came out and some of the leaked stuff in the show, The Soup, came out, people realized that this is what they were doing. The song recently just came out, and there's been a lot of craziness that is happening online, to say the least. People were taking the song and making lyric videos and even fan edits of Jungkook, so moments of Suga and Jungkook together, and editing them together to show how good of a pair they both are. There's some really dramatic moments in BTS's earlier work called The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, and moments in those those music videos, Suga and Jungkook die, I think, like in the fire. So there's moments like this that are being edited together to work with the lyric of Stay Alive, and some of those were posted on Twitter. The interesting thing that I found out is that a lot of those fan edits and lyric videos ended up being deleted and removed, and some videos even copyrighted the song being in the video. I found this weird because the song was already out, but I will say if you want to re-upload the song and still support the boys, post it on YouTube. The views from any video that includes the song Stay Alive will count towards the music chart rankings for that song. It may not count on Twitter. Not saying this is the reason they were taken down, because I don't know why. There was even more controversy when fans became really upset over the edits of Jungkook from the Most Beautiful Moment in Life era and requested those videos to be deleted and taken down. People were mad that there were all these edits together of the two and that these upsetting previous moments were being brought back up, and possibly even some mad over just the ship of these two together. However, the song is in the video and the video only promotes the song, so I don't see anything wrong with this. A good video with a good song can very well go super viral and meet new fans. It only helps the boys. It's also not like that era was something they weren't proud of and they're embarrassed of it. In fact, it's the thing that kind of put them on the map. It was so different and innovative compared to what other groups were doing at the time, and still, they were the only ones to talk about abuse and death and all that. The song is absolutely beautiful, and I think it goes well with that message and what that era was all about. Other issues I was seeing online was a smaller issue of the song sounding similar, and there were claims that it sounded similar to BTS's older work, songs like We Are Bulletproof for the Eternals, and having a similar vibe to that. That, of course, is never a bad thing. Artists can definitely use vibes from their older songs to write newer songs, and even songs that didn't quite get enough shine, but the melody or vibe of it was very good, and they want to give it another life. Other people have said things like it sounded similar to Taylor Swift's song Safe and Sound, which it definitely does have a similar vibe and almost a similar meaning. Stay Alive's lyrics are a bit more morbid, I think. I think the lyrics are very sad, but of course it goes with how dramatic the story Seven Fates is. I think something we need to remember is that every song is going to sound somewhat similar to each other, but it does not mean one song is copied from another or that they even know each other's songs. There's many instances. Songs often use other songwriters. I don't know about this case, but songs have other songwriters, and the songwriters can often take inspiration from other songs. But also something that is very important to remember, I think this is in music theory if you study music, which is that to the ear we only have a small range of sounds that sound good. A siren, for example, of a police car or ambulance, it doesn't sound amazing to us, and that is done by design, so we get alarmed by it and move out of the way. But the melodies and noises we like to hear or think are catchy are actually very small, and among those sounds, the sounds that are known and proven to be a viral hit are even smaller. So personally, I don't hear any similarities between Safe and Sound and Stay Alive, but even if you did, this is a reason why, and a big reason why in pop music, this is a trend that occurs over and over again. Of course, there's always going to be people who think that either BTS created the sound first or another artist created it first, but there is no such thing as 100% originality anymore. Even when you're writing an essay, do you use words that have never been invented or phrases that have never been said? Absolutely not. Music, I consider the same thing. Videos, I consider the same thing as well. Let me know what you think, and if you want to see more K-pop reaction videos, go to my Patreon, link below. I can't post them here due to copyright, but you can get all sorts of reaction videos and requests over there. It's a great way to support the channel even more if you would like to. Thank you so much for this lovely comment right here. I love you so much. There'll be some videos that will pop up on screen, and I will see you over there. Bye.